No Caleb Clarke? No problem. That wannabe winger wouldn't get anywhere near my team anyway. So let's talk about it. Super Rugby Fantasy is finally here. And today we're going to be taking a bit of a deep dive in to see a few things. 1, what of course it is. 2, how you can get involved. And 3, we're going to make ourselves a team 1 week out from Super Rugby kicking off. So if you're new to Fantasy Rugby, come and join us, say hi, and of course, get yourself involved in a team this year. What is going on, team, and welcome back along to the channel. Today we're finally able to dig in to some Super Rugby Fantasy. So those of you who are veterans around here and have done all the tournaments that we've been doing over the last few years, or those of you who are new, welcome along. Hope you enjoy your stay and hopefully you get involved in some Super Rugby Fantasy this year as well. But we've been doing this for a while, team, haven't we? We've been to the Six Nations, we've done Rugby World Cups, we've done previous Super Rugbys on other brands, but this one here is where you'll be greeted by a screen that looks very similar to a Rugby World Cup fantasy game that we played in, 2 years ago in 2023. Now, I'll tell you one thing, it's exactly identical to the game we played for the Rugby World Cup in 2023. Now, the good thing about that is that was a very, very good fantasy rugby game. So I'm hoping that this is going to be just as good as well. Early indication seems that it may well be. But if you're new around here, welcome along, of course. As I said before, I'll give you a little bit of an insight as to how this works. And hey, if you know rugby, awesome. If you don't know rugby, you can get involved as well and have a little say and, jump on our Discord channel as well and put a few jabs into those guys who have been doing this for years. Tell them you're going to kick their ass and then you all get beaten by me because, I'm just the supreme at Fantasy Rugby. So bring it on, let's go and let's get involved. Let's dig in though and take a look at exactly how Fantasy Rugby works. You'll be greeted by a screen with 15 positions like that. Here's a wee tutorial that tells you exactly how it works. I guess if you guys have done all this before, just go ahead a minute or so and you can get into the real meaty parts of what's happening. So welcome along to Super Rugby Pacific Fantasy. Well, Pacific, who really cares? Let's learn some more, shall we, of how it actually works. We build a team. Simple stuff, really. 15 players, all in each position, that you'll get them on the actual field. You got a budget of 100 million, whatever the hell currency you want it to be. Rupees, for all I care. Select your team of 15 players and you can tap on a player or a position to fill it from the pool, and you'll learn more about that player as well if you click on their little fat face that'll end up on your screen. So you build your team, you choose yourself a captain because he'll get you double points, so make sure it's a guy that you know is going to absolutely kick ass in the up and coming weekend. Next up, you've got boosters. Don't confuse yourself by this, you get 3 in a season. One of them will give you a triple captain, which will get 3 times the points. The second one will give you an unlimited budget. The third one will allow you to have 2 captains for that week. So you get 1 of each of those, that's 3 in total, for the whole season. So maybe just play a few weeks first and get yourself into the groove before you go about kicking everyone's ass with some boosters. Moving in, there's points. Now this is how you get points, right? This is how the game works. You pick a team, they perform on the field, you get points based on how they work. Now we'll look at those points in just a second, but just be known that you have to get players who are going to do something, and play as long as possible as well. Now at the end of each week or every game weekend, you can change your whole damn team. If they perform like piles of crap, you put those suckers in the bin, and you get yourself 15 more suckers, but not Caleb Clarke, because he's already a sucker. So you transfer your players in and out and around, and then you join a league. Well, you should probably do that before you actually transfer players and before you get into a few rounds. But we've got a league running up, thanks to the amazing Mighty. You can join it if you like as well. Here's a little bit of info. Mighty set it up, great man, great job, thanks Mighty. Join up, there'll be links and codes in the description for you to come and say hi. And of course, there'll be a Discord link in there as well. You can come and trash talk. We love a bit of trash talk. Bring it on. Bring on the trash talking. So one really important thing to remember when you're playing fantasy rugby is the fixtures. And injuries are pretty important as well. Now the game tries to tell you who's injured, and it does tell you who is not playing that weekend as well when the teams are announced or if the team is on a bye. But since we're looking at just an 11 team competition, there's always going to be at least one team who's not playing in each round. So this round, coming up in a week or just under a week's time, will be the Reds. Now they're over gallivanting in the UK right now, kicking everyone's ass over there, but they will be missing in round 1. So don't pick any Reds players, okay? It's simple. Go to round 2, they'll be back, and that's why you need unlimited transfers. Pick the players who are in form, pick the players who are playing, pretty important, and of course don't pick players who are on a bye. That's why you've got unlimited transfers. Rest and rotation, all that sort of bullshit, you know. Graham Henry, he's coming back. Oh no, run for the hills. So you've got your team, you've checked they're playing, they're not injured, they're not broken, they're not on a bye. Woohoo! Good job, well done. You've joined our league. You've trash talked everyone about how you're going to kick their ass. You've just about done everything. Except take a little look at this page here, which will tell you how your players will get points. Everything they just about do will get them points. Playing for 1 to 60 minutes gets a point. Over 61 minutes gets a couple of points. So go for the guys that are going to stay on the field, not these, Taliana Tupou 20-minute wonders, okay? Get someone who's going to get you some play time. Tries, try assists, conversions. Missing a conversion loses you a point. Ooh dear. To go for a good goal kicker. Penalty goals, miss penalties as well, lose your points. Everything. Cards is bad. Try not to get the ill-disciplined players. Turnovers, winning scrums, winning lineouts, defending, beating defenders, making a line break, you name it. Just about everything in the game will get you a point. So make sure to get the players who are going to do the things that are going to get you the points. Win those lineouts, win those scrums, get you the ball, make a line break. That's what rugby's all about, really. Okay, now I can hear all the veterans of fantasy rugby going, shut up and move on to the part of the team. Want to see how shit your team is? Well, I tell you what, it won't be that shit because Clarke isn't in it. Ha ha, Caleb, piss off. Right, let's have a look at my 15. This is what we'll start with. I'm not going to go through the whole process here. That's a stream thing. Remember a guy who used to do some streams? Let's look at the team, shall we? You got 100 million, 15 players. There's your positions. Let's just do a little like this. Watch. Ta-da! Team is done, but we're only going to start and go through each position one by, well, maybe 2 or 3 by 3. But let's start things off in the front row because we all know that's where games are won and lost. It's the big boys up front, right? Don't argue with me because it's true, okay? It really, really is true. Let's go. We've got all the teams. 11 teams minus the Reds. We've got 10 teams to pick from for the up-and-coming weekend. We don't know who is going to be selected yet because for me, it's still a week away. So this will be rectified closer to the weekend when teams get named. So keep an eye out for that video coming on the channel. We're able to update, make sure we've got a team of 15 players who are actually going to be starting. That one is very key. Right, front row, Xavier Numia starting at prop from the Hurricanes. He's going to be one of my props with Angus Bell from the Waratahs on the other side. In the middle of those two, hooking things up, will be Ricky Riccitelli. Okay, we've got 2 New Zealanders and an Australian straight off the bell of... Oh, Angus! Oh, I just nailed an Angus pun and didn't even think about it. I'm trying to go off a really good blended team here because I think the Aussies are going to do some good stuff this year. So we've got Numia, we've got Riccitelli, and we've got Bell. Moving things swiftly forward to the second row. These are my locks. I've gone with 2 New Zealand players, one from the Chiefs, one from the Blues. We've got Akoi and we've got Tuipulotu. Very different sort of lock players. Akoi, I think, has developed very well over the last couple of years, especially last season. Had a really good year and probably his less year of higher representation, but Tuipulotu had a real breakout year. And when you look at how that Blues forward pack performs, you got to say he is a key cog in that pack for the Blues. So those are my 2 boys in the second row. We move our way to the back row. And look, I'll go from right to left being backwards because I'm just dumb like that sometimes. More for the Blues with Dalton Papali'i starting on what would effectively be my open side. I've even put them in the right way. And number 8, effectively, doesn't have to be like this, but Charlie Cahill. Oh, the Brumbies big man. I am so hoping he has another massive year. Will he start? Will he be in the group that are the key back rows for the Brumbies? We'll see when they name their team, but I hope we see a lot more from Charlie Cahill this season because he is an absolute enigma of a monster, of a bulldozer, of a cowboy who is going to run riot, I feel, if he gets the opportunities. So I'm going with an optimistic look on Charlie Cahill there. And of course, we've got Savia, the arty variety. Off to Moana. It's an easy pick for Moana because 100 million is a lot of money to spend. And honestly, I struggled to spend that money as well. I had about 18 million left over picking my initial team and thought, I've done something terribly wrong here, or players are very undervalued. We'll move into our back line. This is where it gets exciting. Starting at our number 9. Our halves were very easy and difficult, right? Scrum halves, easy. There's so many good ones. You look at your Ratimas, you look at the man we've selected like your Roy Guards, you've got Hothams, you've got of course the Aussie guys as well, your Whites and etc like that. So there's a lot of good number 9s. We've gone with Cam Roy Guard because we had money to spend, so why the hell not? Outside him, Noah Lolosio, because I'm not going against what I've said for the last 2 years. New Zealand's got no good 10s. Brett Cameron's injured. We've got no one left. Ruben Love's injured. Oh, it's disaster. Don't even talk to me about McKenzie or Barrett, alright? Just shh, okay? It's okay. We'll move forward to the midfield. And we've got a man from the Fijian Droit. Musty will start in my midfield alongside Tupaia. That's a hard one to pick. There's really, without the Reds and the likes of a Josh Fluke, I think was one that will definitely be in. You talk about the Reds, you know, you've got your McWrights, you've got your Flukes, you've got a lot of good players. I wanted to stay away from the obvious ones as well. There's a lot of players. Eureka Ioanis, 40% of people have got him. No, sorry, he's not going to get you many points. All he does is go crashing through the middle and get tackled, making less than 1 metre. So I've mixed it up. Massey is a massive try scorer, a big game player for the drawer, and at home, they're going to be so hard to beat. And Tupaia, well, he's a little bit of my bolter. He's a little bit of a guy who I think needs to have a breakout season. So fingers crossed that Quinn can get the job done. The big 3 are the ones who are really going to have to step up. They're going to be your big points winners, as they are, of course, your big try scorers. I've gone with 2 New Zealanders and an Australian here. Yeah, we'll see how this ends up in a week's time. But Will Jordan, Andrew Callaway, and Aroni Narawa will be my back 3. Look, Will Jordan's going to be good, should he play, if he stays fit. Narawa, much the same, one of the leading try scorers last season in Super Rugby. Andrew Callaway's had a bad year at the Rebels last year, not his best, and of course for the Wallabies, he was good, but he wasn't great. This guy's talent, he's a right place, right time sort of guy. I'm hoping in this Waratahs outfit now, he will step it up and be a little bit better. That's my 15. Sweet and simple, short and straight to the point. What do you think? What's your 15 look like? And do you think I'm going to have to change much heading into the first weekend of Super Rugby? Don't forget to join our league as well. Thanks, Mighty, for setting that up. You are a champion. And of course, jump into Discord. Link in the description as well. And come trash talk. We're trash talking all the time. We're a bunch of trash talkers that can't back it up. Come and join us because there's a lot of us that do this sort of crap. Join in, have some fun, play some fantasy rugby. I'll see you all in a few days' time where we'll go through this team again. We'll ditch the losers who aren't playing or have broken themselves in the lead up, like a lot of players have. And we'll get a real team going for week 1 of Super Rugby. Thanks for all tuning in and watching. Hope you've enjoyed. Have a great weekend, have a great week, and have a great build up to Super Rugby. I'll see you all next time. Until then, take care.